You are now entering the Blakely verse. Hello, this is Winston Blakely, creator of Little Miss Strange and head of Blakely Works Studio. Let's focus on today's video, and I hope that you enjoy it and come back often to see more. Welcome back to Blakely Works. Today we're going to talk about the origins of Little Miss Strange. Now what you see here is actually what they call like promo book that comes with Diamond Distributors package to comic book shops. And I had made a deal with the first publisher of Little Miss Strange, which was Millennium Comics. If you look in the corner here, you see a skull, right? And it says Millennium. All right, now this particular edition shows the early pages of the very first Little Miss Strange comic book. Not graphic novel, but comic book. And it doesn't have that many pages, but it was just to interest the comic book owners so they could order the book. All right, so it's like a preview. Half of this book is Little Miss Strange, and the other half was one of my studio members from Rich Buckler's Visage Studios. Here, let me turn it around so you can see it. And the character is called Desiree. This is during the mid to late 90s when you had that bad girl implosion of comic books, you know, like Danger Girl, and everybody was drawing these women in hot, tight clothes or whatever you want to say. So here's Desiree. I'm just showing you what it looks like real quick. It has nothing to do with Little Miss Strange, but it was done around about the same time, and it was part of this promotional package that came in the distributor's case or bag, so they can order the books. All right, then we go back to Little Miss Strange again, and I'm going to take this book and I'm going to put it over here. Now this is the very first publication of Little Miss Strange that was published by Millennium Comics, Millennium Publication. Okay, now this book did not get past issue 1. All right, now, the difference between this and that premium book that I showed you, that I did grayscale tones in here. I hand painted washes where it was applicable or useful to try to enhance the book, to make it look interesting. Okay, there's some washes here. And here, this page out with the script club scene came out pretty good in washes, all right? And I did not color the original artwork. I made photocopies of the original artwork on cardstock paper and hand painted them with grayscale markers and watercolor grayscales to paint. And I was thinking of Vampirella, Creepy and Eerie, because those black and white books, they used to have some really good black and white artwork with washes, gray washes. And so that kind of made the book stand out a little bit, and I think it helped it. Now I did sell some of these original grayscale pages. They were photocopies or cardstock photocopies, but people wanted them. I sold them at conventions. All right, that's all we're going to do right now for this. And I'll tell you why in a few minutes. All right, now this is an ash can of Little Miss Strange number 2. Remember, this is book 1. All right? This is book 2. Now, at that time period, the publisher stopped printing Little Miss Strange, and I had to print it myself. Of course, I don't have no money to do like 1,000 copies. So what I did was I made an ASCAN edition of the second issue. And here we have it here, where it just continues the story. And I'm just going to show you a couple pages, because I'm going to tell you right now, this book and the previous book works much better as a graphic novel. Okay, so we're going to close this. Now, this book here was actually kind of an idea to delve into horror, science fiction, fantasy, but Little Miss Strange was kind of like the feature, and she would be like the Tales from the Crypt host or narrator of the stories inside of this book. All right, so here in Strange Corridors, we have Little Miss Strange. She introduces a story by looking into some mystical pool that would show you the stories from like another world. And this particular story is called A Junkie's Delight. All right, and I wrote this story, and it's kind of, I don't know, somewhat explicit, and it deals with the devil, selling your soul to the devil and not knowing it, because most people don't think that the devil exists. Okay, here is Positron, who you will see much later in a better edition. All right, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to stop here, right? And in the next video, we're going to show you the graphic novels and anything else that's related to Little Miss Strange and other products that are part of this brand. All right, so I'll talk to you next time. Take care.